Hi everyone. Hope you're all having a good morning. I know I'm starting earlier than the stream is listed. But it's better sooner rather than later, I'd say. There are two things I want to talk about. One of those things some of you guys might already know. I did my best to plaster it everywhere. The other thing is something that has been on my mind for a while. Just to get this out of the way because I know that there's going to be questions. No, I am not going to be here graduating. I'm not going to be graduating. I am still going to be streaming. This is not an announcement of a graduation or anything of the sort. This is me discussing some inadequacies for myself and my content. And I understand that some of you guys might not care. But I think this is important to talk about. So this stream was not scheduled to happen at all. But recent developments I feel made it necessary. So I want to start with the thing that you guys might already know. As of last night, I have found out that the weird interruptions from text-to-speech was in fact an AI. There is a AI chatbot feature on text-to-speech. It has been present for some time now. And it is not something I actively made use of. At least that's what I thought. Like I had previously stated, the interruptions from text-to-speech has been this AI. I asked the creators of text-to-speech if there was a way to turn this off. And thankfully, there is. He was, thankfully, a very simple flip of the switch. It was. I should have noticed this before yesterday. Before last night. I am going to make my stance regarding AI known. So you guys can understand where I'm coming from. In principle. I am very much against generative AI. And AI chatbots. I am very much against both of these things. And frankly, it is embarrassing to me that I did not notice that there was an AI chatbot active this entire time. I should have noticed it. I couldn't have. I couldn't have heard it. At no point did I hear that chatbot. Now previously I stated that no one told me about it. And that is still technically correct. I have been told that text-to-speech, acts up. But I always understood it as text-to-speech being weird. Because that's what it does. But only last night did I find out it was because of that chatbot. I want you guys to understand that I do not want it to be a part of my content. Under no circumstances do I want it to be a part of my content. I don't care if it's somehow funny, incidentally. I don't want it. So I am not blaming the creators of the text-to-speech. I am not at all blaming them for the inclusion of this. He is entirely my fault for not noticing it sooner. It is entirely my fault. So going forward, hopefully, it will be shut off and remain shut off. I understand you guys are trying to. What's the word I'm looking for? Try to make it less severe. But I want you guys to understand that for me, from my own standards, this is unacceptable. How long was this thing here? I don't know. It's been here for a long time. I don't remember when exactly it was included. Again, I am not blaming the creators of the tool. I am not blaming the creators of text-to-speech. Frankly, they have done a fantastic job. And whenever I had an issue, they are always more than willing to help. Now the second thing I want to talk about is regarding the content on this channel and what the future may look like going forward. This is wholly separated from the chatbot. It is not at all related to that. I know I'm just saying the same thing, but I want to emphasize the point. That what I'm talking about next is not at all related to the previous topic. So, I want to preface this saying that I am not upset with any of you. I am not upset with any of you guys or your viewing habits or what times you happen to be able to watch whatever. I understand that you all have your own lives. And I do encourage that you guys focus on your own lives. You don't have to be here for every stream. I know I joke about stealing your fridge. You know, for not being here or whatever. But that's all that is. It's a joke. I have noticed that you guys are. That I do specific things. Those things seemingly being Monster Hunter, Final Fantasy XIV, and in some respect, Tomodachi Life. But that's more of a recent thing. Again, this is not me blaming everyone's viewing habits. You guys are free to watch whatever you want. I am not trying to force anyone to watch anything. But I want to explain how this is going to affect content. When I compare Final Fantasy XIV to Final Fantasy XVI, there is a significant drop-off when it comes to chat activity. Now this is not me saying that I want more views. This is not me saying that I want more viewers. This is not me blaming you guys for anything. I am going to be candid, and I'm going to be very pragmatic about this. Final Fantasy XIV is a game that I very much enjoy. And part of why I enjoy streaming is just being able to talk with you guys. So, when I stream things that I also enjoy, in this case, Final Fantasy XVI, a lot of the time I'm just talking to the void. Now this could be several things. Could just be I'm not streaming it at good times. It could just be that maybe I'm just not doing a good job. It could also just be that there's relatively less interest in Final Fantasy XVI. In this comparison, so as much as I genuinely love Final Fantasy XVI, as much as it is one of my favorite games, I also have to consider that I'm talking to the void most of the time. Whatever text-to-speech. That just frankly, not a lot of people really actively chat when I'm playing Final Fantasy XVI, which takes away from my enjoyment of streaming it. This is not a problem exclusive to that game. It has been an issue with Final Fantasy XVI. Metaphor Refantasio. It on some level affected Final Fantasy X. And really just a lot of non-multiplayer games. Or anything that just isn't Monster Hunter. So when how do I say this? I like Monster Hunter. I love Monster Hunter. And I love Final Fantasy XIV. But if it's reaching a point where I'm just being funneled into those things, it does leave me, kind of unsure about what I even want to do. Because I don't want to exclusively play those things. Yet at the same time, those are the things that Those are the things where I can more actively chat with you guys. Where you guys are just able to talk for whatever reason. No, again, I'm not saying you guys need to change anything. I am not blaming you guys for anything. This is just the reality. So going forward, I am reconsidering the kind of content that I'm going to be doing on this channel. I will at the very least finish Final Fantasy XVI. I don't know about metaphor. It's a long game. I understand sometimes you guys just don't want to watch because of spoilers. And that's fine. So I don't know if this means we are exclusively just going to do Monster Hunter and Final Fantasy XIV. I don't know if this means I'm just abandoning what I thought was my niche, being action games and RPGs. It leaves me very uncertain. And I would say this is a problem for future me. But this is something I'm going to have to figure out how. Figure out now. I have frankly been struggling, trying to juggle what I want and what you guys might want. And sure, it's easy to just say, oh, just do what you want. But if doing what I want results in the other part one want just kind of dying off, then what's the point? And I am choosing to be vocal about this. Share this with all you guys. Because I don't want to leave you all in the dark. I don't want you guys wondering, oh, how come you're not doing this thing anymore? Which, frankly, I'm going to hear that anyway. Because I know you guys don't always see or hear my announcements. I do when I can. In that regard, but anyway. So to recap everything. In regards to this topic, The content on my channel may be shifting in the future. I may entirely focus on Monster Hunter and Final Fantasy XIV. I want to figure things out because if I can, I don't want to give up what I like doing. But at the same time, that might have to happen. I am in no way blaming any of you. You all have your own lives, your own schedules, your own habits. You have your reasons for not being there chatting. You have your reasons for lurking. This is just me. I guess you could say this is me trying to figure out how to accommodate. So Final Fantasy XVI will be finished. I don't know if I'm gonna do the DLC. Metaphor. I don't know if I'm going to finish that one. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I enjoy streaming on YouTube and I don't want to give that up. I also don't want to get burnout. Which is also why I don't exclusively play those two things. That's really all I have to say. You guys to have any questions, feel free to ask them now. Otherwise I will close things out here. Kind of RPGs do I enjoy? Mainly Japanese RPGs. So you know Final Fantasy Kingdom Hearts. SMT Persona. It's a whole list. They're just a few examples. Kingdom Hearts playthrough I have already played through. Kingdom Hearts 1. Chain of Memories Kingdom Hearts 2. And watched. M3. 25A/2 days. Whatever text to speech. I still have to play Birth by Sleep. Dream Drop Distance 0.2 and Kingdom Hearts 3. Do I know any way to improve dead air? I'm not sure what exactly that means, but I'm going to take it that means silence. I don't know. I don't know, the best I can do is just talk into the void. I have considered Fire Emblem. I'm however very limited when it comes to Fire Emblem. I only have a handful of the games. And I understand that it is a very long series. Sly Cooper, I do have all those games. Except for the fourth 1 o'clock, but we don't talk about the fourth one. Add something like a fan sound effect. I mean, if you're referring to this live stream right now, I'm keeping it silent for a reason. But I'll see what I can do. Also, thank you, Toby. Do I have any starts? Stats. You mean stats? YouTube does provide those. I don't look at them too often because I don't really like staring at analytics. But YouTube does keep statistics on what everyone does. Like what everyone watches. How many of you guys are new? How many of you guys are returning? Those sorts of things. It does not give me. Well, no, it does actually give me demographics. You know, as much as I can see. I understand some of you guys are in Europe. And I understand some of you guys are in Asia. A lot of you guys are from different parts of the world entirely. And having to accommodate for everyone has been very difficult. I am based in the US. So I can only really operate on my time. Plus, I have things going on in my own life. So I can't just stream entire days. And frankly, another part of that is having to juggle my own life with streaming. And juggling the things that I want to do. You know, in my free time. But also having to juggle my responsibilities. Have you ever played Final Fantasy VII Remake? Yes, but I never finished it. I don't really like it. My problem with the remake is the combat. It just doesn't click with me. If you guys like it, that's fine. I know there's a lot of people who do. Heard YouTubers saying that they're not allowed to talk about their analytics. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm not going to give you guys the specific data. Because you guys don't really need to know that. Alright. Assuming that's everything you guys want to ask or say, I'm going to close things off. The schedule for this week will progress like usual. And, we'll see what changes in the future. Till then, stay foxy everyone, and thank you all for listening. I know I don't really show my gratitude a lot, but I really do appreciate it. Alright, goodbye everyone. I'll see you all tomorrow.